U Sports on CBC, presented by Le Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, Fox 40, Veraburn Medical Supply, Les Bag Baron Rings, BioSteel, and by Miller Waste Systems.
Welcome to the 2026 Miller Waste Systems U Sports Women's Hockey Championship on CBC. I'm Desmond Thomas alongside Brianna Newell as we get set to bring you this quarterfinal matchup from Elmira, Ontario, as you and the dog says hello in the Waterloo dressing room as the Guelph Gryphons, the third seed, come up against the sixth seed and host Waterloo Warriors. Now the Guelph Gryphons, led by head coach Katie Mora, capped off a very successful OUA regular season by claiming the program's 8th Macaw Cup championship, their first since 2019. The Gryphons victorious over the U-Ottawa Gee-Gees in the Macaw Cup final, and the Ontario Tech Ridgebacks in the semifinals now come up against the team that gave them their toughest test in the playoffs, losing to the Warriors 6-0 in the second game of the quarterfinal round, and barely squeezing out the victory in the winner-take-all third game that went into 3 overtime periods. And the Waterloo Warriors, backed by Sean Reagan, the head coach of 15 years, will be looking for retribution in tonight's matchup in their second straight year hosting the national championships here in Waterloo. Silver last year, but they'll set their sights on a loftier prize here tonight. Brianna, now some players to watch in this afternoon's quarterfinal.
So we're looking at Tatum James, number 88 for the Waterloo Warriors in her 5th season, a power forward, OUA West All-Star, a huge point getter during the regular season, 21 points total, and then carried that into the playoffs, 3 games played, and she averaged a point a game with 2 goals, 1 assist. Looking to have that same production happening here, and then followed by her teammate, number 27, Nikki McDonald, a forward in her 5th year, with the Waterloo Warriors, was previously at the University of Toronto Varsity Blues, brings a lot of veteranism and experience to this Warriors lineup. Looking over at the other end for Guelph, you have Catherine Hurd, a forward in her 5th year, an OUA West MVP, OUA West first team All-Star, 2 game-winning goals during the regular season, 8 goals, 17 assists for 25 points. Big total there coming from that power forward, and carried it into the playoffs. 6 games played, 3 goals, 3 assists. And then her teammates, number 9, Miriam Parnell, not as productive necessarily during the regular season, only 8 points during the 22 games, 2 goals and 6 assists, but in playoffs peaked during that time to provide 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points in 6 games, so peaking at the right time to help her Guelph Gryphons team.
Yeah, peaking in the playoffs is exactly what you want to do. This will be an exciting game, a rematch of the OUA quarterfinals. Puck drop is next. You're watching the U Sports Women's Hockey Championship on CBC.
That's embarrassing. You know it's not embarrassing? Using FIG for a home improvement loan.
A quick, simple, and transparent offer in minutes.
Borrow better with FIG.
At Miller Waste, we're proud to sponsor the 2026 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. There is lots of trash talk on the ice. At Miller Waste, we talk trash every day. We serve over 2 million Ontario households weekly. transforming more than 175,000 metric tons of recyclables and organic waste into reusable resources. Proudly Canadian, family owned, always driving hard to the net. Let's make a difference. Game on.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe, no matter where you're from, you've got this.
Hey U Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
When the world feels off course, Waterloo is on it. We step up to the challenge and take the lead. We add AI to the operating room to detect cancer in seconds. We invent a test that catches concussions faster. And we design AI that supports us rather than steers us. Whether it's today's challenges or tomorrow's, Waterloo is on it.
I would like to acknowledge that the Township of Woolwich is located on the Thank you. I would like to acknowledge the Township of Woolwich is located on the traditional territories of the Yadawandon, the Anishinaabe, and the Haudenosaunee people. The University of Waterloo and the Township of Woolwich are situated on the Haldimand Tract, the land promised to the Six Nations that includes 10 kilometers on each side of the Grand River. We come from different traditional territories, and we honor the lands that are not rightfully ours. And as a settler, we have benefited greatly from living on Turtle Island. It is with respect to the past, the present, and the future that we recognize the privilege to live, to learn, and to play on these lands. May we dedicate ourselves to moving forward in the spirit of partnership, collaborations, and reconciliation as we learn and unlearn as part of our commitment. I want to also acknowledge and pay my respects to Elder Henry for your leadership as we as allies look to continue to align with implementing the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's calls to action, including those specific to sport and reconciliation, numbers 87 to 91, and to elevate our commitment in the spirit of competition over the next 4 days.
Fans, at this time, we ask that you please rise as you're able. Remove your hats for the Canadian National Anthem, tonight sung by Sarah McKenna.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, and all of us command, car ton bras c'est porter la paix, il sait porter la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard. guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Fans, one more time for Sarah McKenna.
It's a rematch of this year's OUA quarterfinal as the Guelph Gryphons do battle with the host team, Waterloo Warriors. The Warriors' second time hosting here at the Woolwich Memorial Centre in Elmira, Ontario. A 4-3 win on February the 25th and a 3-2 triple overtime win for the Guelph Gryphons over the Waterloo Warriors. The starting goaltenders tonight for the Guelph Gryphons, number 33, Martina Fidel, the Italian Olympian. 3 games played in the regular season, but came in so clutch in the playoffs, 4-0, and played in the final and in Game 2 against Waterloo, 4-0, 9.53 save percentage. Martina Fidel is a rock between the pipes, standing at only 5'4". And for the Waterloo Warriors, a big height mismatch between the pipes. It is Kara Mark. See in a moment or so. The 4th year from New Hamburg, Ontario. 20 games played in the regular season, 14 wins, 5 losses only, and a 1-2 record in the playoffs. Played all 3 playoff games for the Waterloo Warriors. A 9.37 save percentage and a 1.81 goals against average. The crowd's going to be a rockin' tonight, Brianna. Guelph not too far down the road, and this should be an excellent clash and rematch. And you know that the Waterloo Warriors want revenge here tonight, and we're underway in quarterfinal number 2 of the day. The Guelph Gryphons and the Waterloo Warriors. Sent in quickly into the Waterloo zone, wearing their black and gold jerseys. Skating from left to right on your screen, and the Guelph Gryphons in their red and white. And now right on the attack in behind the goal. She'll circle around the far side. Back up top to the blue line. That shot is intercepted, never got through to the goaltender Fidel. Sutherland Case on her backhand. Disio through the neutral zone. And now back in come the Waterloo Warriors. And behind the net, Coffey. And now Orth for the Waterloo Warriors. Coffey goes down hard in the corner, as does Gracie Smith. And the puck momentarily kept in, but Coffey will take over and lifts it out through the neutral zone. McKenna steaming in after the puck. Aitchison on her backhand. Lifts it around the near side. Gracie Smith up the far side, turned the puck over, but Waterloo will regroup with it in their own zone. Good pace to start off this quarterfinal.
Well, not surprised considering both these teams are no strangers to each other. They face each other throughout the year a couple of times, and in previous years being part of the same conference.
Turned over at the top of the zone. A chance was stopped by Kara Mark. Was in front of the net. That was Emma Thornton.
Yeah, it was a nice opportunity actually by Callahan, as she had come streaking off the bench and was the recipient of that loose puck and got that first opportunity on the goaltender for the Waterloo Warriors, Kara Mark.
Nearly turned over again in the Guelph zone. Waterloo back up the other way. Murray. There's a Guelph player down in the corner. Tegan McRae. Back up. And tip back into the Guelph zone. In the near side corner. McRae. Murray. Back in behind the net. Gray. Battling for that puck. Riel Caruso trying to dislodge it. And the Warriors, good pressure here as they're hemming the Guelph Gryphons in, if only momentarily. Hard collision on the near side boards. And now the puck's free at center ice. And it will be sent back in by the Warriors.
There's a nice second effort there that was coming from, I believe it was Michelle Gow, as she actually put herself into the boards, but really good race for the puck to be able to get it out of her zone.
Here's Miriam Parnell for the Guelph Gryphons, lifting that puck in, a one hopper. Kara Mark got to be careful with. The Warriors able to clear the zone and now hit the line with speed. Caught the Gryphons on a line change, and that shot just goes over top of the net. Centered in front again, trying to find a black jersey and at the blue line. It's held on to. And below the goal line, Hurst.
There seemed to be a bit of a miscommunication between the Guelph Gryphons players, as Calder actually had lost her stick and her teammate didn't even realize, so she was wondering, why aren't you going to get the puck?
As we take a look at head coach Sean Reagan in his 15th season with the Waterloo Warriors, has won the OUA Coach of the Year 2 times in 2011 and in 2022, and has said that it's been outstanding to see the Waterloo Warriors program grow. And they struggled together through the pandemic. It's been a journey of 6 years for some, and to be back at Nationals 2 years in a row as the hosts is something that Sean Reagan has to be very proud about. Now the Gryphons up to McRae at the blue line, sifting that puck through. Back to the corner by Mark. Through the neutral zone. Pass is picked off, and in comes Gow. That shot floats over top of the net from Knuff. Crows. As the Waterloo Warriors will regroup in their own zone, but a missed pass gives the puck right back to Caruso for the Guelph Gryphons, and Parnell trying to get onto that loose puck, and the Warriors having some trouble in their own zone. The Gryphons quick on pucks here early in this first period, but a fast-moving first period, almost 5 minutes gone already. Hard crunch on the far side as Robinson. You can hear that hard hit in the middle of the ice. Knocked down Gracie Smith. That's going to be a penalty. Exactly 5 minutes gone in this first period.
Oh, the physicality there. That's one by Orth, as she just bowled over her player and then taken down just inside the Guelph zone by Teskey, was a Warriors player.
So first chance on the power play. And the Waterloo Warriors will get the draw win. Aitchison. Smith. Back to Aitchison quarterbacking this power play. Gets it up the blue line and fires that on, and that'll stick to Martina Fidel, and she'll allow no rebound.
Well, it was good by Aitchison to get that shot off on that 1T there, but again, just not enough bodies in front to take away the eyes of Fidel. Really good job finding the lane. Good puck movement coming from the Warriors on the two flanks to get it through, but as you saw there, no one taking away the eyes, and that's something that they're going to have to do to make it a little bit more challenging on Fidel to make those stops.
Warriors 6th in the OUA throughout the regular season on the power play, 17.5%. Converted only once against Guelph on 11 opportunities in the OUA quarterfinal.
And by contrast, Guelph Gryphons operating at 89.2% on the penalty kill during the regular season, and then they improved in the playoffs a little bit, 95.2% on the PK. So no strangers necessarily to killing off penalties, as there's a missed pass there by the Warriors who will come back for icing. They're going to have to work their way down again on the power play.
Yeah, but that's a tough break, especially on the power play. You never want to ice the puck, and they'll have 1 minute and 3 seconds left to work with. The Gryphons in 6 games played in the OUA playoffs, taking 21 penalties, killed 20 of those, but still don't want to be in the box that often.
You know what? They just really wanted to practice their penalty kill. I get it. You know, I sympathize. I understand that.
Now moving up ice, the Warriors will try to get set up in the offensive zone. Orth can't handle that pass, but It'll stay in momentarily.
Orth lucky on that one is, again, just not stopping on the puck and deciding to try to take this little bit of a circle, and that's where that ends up happening. And Ducio doing a good job making sure she kept that in, streaking over to the boards.
Now pinned to the boards. The Warriors will fish that puck out, though. Here's Ducio. Top of the zone. Near circle for Orth. Orth, stick check, got it right back, though, and fires. That went over top of the net. Held at the blue line by Ducio. And pass into the middle, backhanded toward the net. James awaiting for the puck, and it'll be picked up by the Gryphons and floated out the center.
James panicking a little bit on that puck, it looked like, as she came around the net.
Now back in come the Warriors with 5 seconds remaining in the power play. That sharp angle bit is blocked away, and it's cleared again into the neutral zone by the Gryphons.
Gryphons so far looking very much in control with this PK as it has expired and they're back to full strength.
And now Hurd, a dash up the near side. She received that pass and scores! What a shot by the captain, and she makes it 1-0 in this quarterfinal.
Oh, and you see the celly that's going on there by her. She's absolutely fired up to be breaking open the scoring here. She goes around the left-hand side, patient, and coming around. No one's challenging her, and she decides to take that shot at a very wide angle, and it looked like Mark had gone down a little bit too soon, and so Hurd had that full top portion of the net, and she made absolutely no mistakes.
Catherine Hurd, the 2025-26 OUA West MVP and first team All-Star, picking up right where she left off as the team's scoring leader throughout the regular season. And what a way to start the game for the Gryphons. They're looking for 2 here. What a save by Mark. Robbing the Gryphons on the doorstep. And now Waterloo back into the attacking zone. Gray drops the puck. Back up top to the blue line, tipped through and on the back door. Thornton was there, but couldn't find the puck as it ricocheted to her.
You know, and a couple good stops coming from both goaltenders now, exchanging chances at opposite ends of the ice, so goaltenders having to be pretty sharp.
Coffey picks the puck up and skates well in over the blue line. Here's McKenna, spinning back and plays the blue line. Shot toward the net, that just goes wide and finds the far boards. And Ducio, unable to clear the puck out, will get it right back and sends it through the neutral zone. Great stick. Unless, otherwise that would have been a breakaway from Nikki McDonald. McKenna looking to keep the puck in again. Can't do it. And the Warriors will regroup in their own zone. Here's Ashlyn Crows. The 4th year out of Milton, Ontario. Crows back with it. Nice pass up to Smith, who will drag that and fire through the legs of the defender. Good save from Fidel. And now in behind the net, another penalty coming up. Delayed penalty now as the Warriors continue to control. And now punch to the boards. A good pop from Bestick. And another big chance for Waterloo, now even bigger as they're down 1-0 in the game.
It's going to be McDonald that's going to be heading to the box there, as she just took a little bit of a whack at James, and James ended up going to the ice, and so that's going to be a call for tripping. So again, Waterloo has another prime opportunity here on the power play. We're being down 1 goal. They have to find a way to respond.
Orth gets it, fires it, and ricocheted into the slot, and it's picked up by Callahan and sent out. Calder, pardon me. Orth. McDonald's sent down. No arm up. Play continues. James into the slot. A chance for Orth. Fires that on, and another power penalty upcoming.
I wonder if that's going to be on Waterloo, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that power play expunged. Sean Reagan none too happy about that.
Well, and I wonder if he's not too happy about the penalty itself, or the fact that I think McDonald ended up actually being pushed into the goaltender. Slightly. She was slightly pushed into the goaltender.
Yeah.
I think she maybe didn't realize how close she was to Fidel.
Fidel out of the top of the blue paint.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's more so maybe what he's a little bit frustrated by. So we're going to see some 4-on-4 action here as there's a
the hand pass.
Yeah.
But before that, I thought the whistle was going because of the collision.
That's what I thought too, but no. Oh, it's going to come outside. But Nikki McDonald, as we saw before, called for goalie interference. Regardless of the reason why, she is in the box there, which negates the power play opportunity for her team.
Looking to poke that through was Raitt. But it's back inside her own zone. Crows. As the Warriors will regroup, but another errant pass in their defensive zone. Nearly a giveaway, but now Raitt. Up the near side, 1-on-2. Raitt drags it into the middle of the ice, brought down before she could get a shot off.
Some really nice edge work, though, shown there, and kind of doing a good job to defend.
Coffey will test. That goes wide on the glove side. Nice bank pass off the boards. Raitt again. The players driving the net right towards the goal, but couldn't get the shot off. Williams was driving the lane. And Brooke Williams has it now at center over the blue line. 30 seconds left to go in the 4-on-4. As all Faith Mitchell can do is send that into the corner. Out of the corner. Picked up by James, skating into the middle, fires that, and another penalty upcoming. It will go to the Gryphons, so the Warriors will head back to the power play in 11 seconds.
If you're the Warriors right now, I mean, you are being gifted opportunities, kind of on a silver platter, honestly. So it gets to the point of, okay, whatever we're doing right now is maybe not working. We have to adjust a little bit as we're taking another look here. Tatum James tries to take advantage of the middle and does, but is hooked a little bit, and that's what the call is going to be on.
So there's still 11 seconds. The 4-on-4, so it's a 4-on-3 for 11 seconds.
So much open ice.
So much. It's a rare power play.
Very much. Not something you practice all the time either.
But that's over now as 11 seconds have gone by, and Kroos up with it. On the near side, taken down in the corner. That could have been another call, but played up to the blue line. Duccio, space to walk in. Lays off, plays it back in front, and Duccio had it, but it rolled just under her stick. And now the Gryphons at center. Sent in for Hurd. She'll peel off for a change as they get it in deep on the PK.
It was a nice try by the Warriors, though, trying to kind of feed that seam through the middle, just not able to connect, as there's a good back check coming from Sutherland Case to try to pick up that puck.
Excellent work from Sutherland Case, the animal biology major. And the Gryphons get it back out into the neutral zone, and Aitchison is forced to curl back and take refuge behind her own net. Up the near side boards now for Raitt. In over the blue line with speed. Raitt will drop it back. James converged on quickly by Sutherland Case again. James gets it in deeper. Sent around the boards by Caruso. Orth will be there first for Waterloo. Played back to the blue line for Aitchison. Has Orth on the near side, but she keeps it, fires it. And Martina Fidel has that all the way.
I would have liked to have seen a little bit more patience shown by Aitchison. It's great that she kept the puck in. She took the ice that was afforded to her down a little bit along the boards, but she had backup. She had open players back at the point who had covered for her. She had another player that was on the flank and instead elected to take a very poor angle shot, in my opinion. You're not going to score necessarily from that angle. Rarely you will, but you had reinforcements, you had better options, and that's part of being able to capitalize on PP as well.
Wyatt with just over 20 seconds left in the power play for the Waterloo Warriors. Big hit on the far side boards.
And the arm is up for a call on that one, as it should be too.
That was bone crushing.
Oh. It's always dangerous when you're that distance away from the boards, and you can see James arguing her case on the way of the box, but there's no arguing your way out of that one. It was the type of collision, it was the distance from the boards. It doesn't look good, it doesn't sound good, and yeah.
A parade to the penalty box here in Waterloo. Stick around. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks. Just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
When the world feels off course, Waterloo is on it. We step up to the challenge and take the lead. We add AI to the operating room to detect cancer in seconds. We invent a test that catches concussions faster. And we design AI that supports us rather than steers us. Whether it's today's challenges or tomorrow's, Waterloo is on it.
Welcome back inside the Woolwich Memorial Center. We've had 4 penalty calls already. We're not even through the first period of play, Brianna.
It is a penalty-ridden first period so far, as we're going to take another look at the James penalty, and it almost looked like one of her legs got caught up with Parnell, and Parnell maybe caught an edge too as she went into the boards again. Super awkward from that distance, and just the way she fell awkward. So, hopefully it looked like she was okay, Parnell, when she popped up, so hopefully she continues to be okay there as, again, Tam James heads to the box.
A look at Guelph's head coach Katie Mora in her 3rd season with the Gryphons. Has been with the team since 2016-17 and was a key member of the coaching staff for 2 OUA championships and the U Sports title that the Gryphons won in 2018 and 2019. But can't be too thrilled about the amount of penalties in this first period. Nearly a chance to pick that off for a breakaway. That's cleaned up by the Gryphons, and McKenna will skate in with speed. The Gryphons back on the power play as Coffey holds it at the blue line. Coffey gets it right back. Will test that shot is blocked by Raitt and bounces to the corner boards. Back up top to the blue line. In the near corner, Parnell, who's no worse for wear after taking that board a couple moments ago. Coffey across. And that shot is blocked. Waterloo getting in the shooting lanes and sacrificing the body.
Well, that's what you need to do on the penalty kill, is you need to get in lanes, you need to sacrifice your body, especially during this type of tournament. You can't allow any of those shots to go through. Really good forecheck coming on the penalty kill from the Warriors, as Guelph has had a bit of a time trying to get out of their zone and get it back into Warrior zone to establish themselves.
They're finally back in, but McDonald on the far side nearly picked that off. A chance to fire it on. Loose puck in the slot. Hurd trying to get onto it. It'll be picked back up by Porter. Can't clear the zone. Chance in front. Calder, great save by Mark. Left pad stuck out and keeps it a 1-goal game. And now McDonald will bounce that off the boards for herself and gets to it first. In the corner, Sutherland Case angles her off.
It was good body positioning, actually, by Sutherland Case to take the body and then wait for reinforcements coming in the form of Vandermeer.
Caruso back in her own zone with only 8 seconds left to go in the power play for the Guelph Gryphons. To 5-on-5 hockey as that play's just an onside, but cleared into the neutral zone. And Crows regroup. Not a lot of time though, but bowls over Olivier. Loose puck in front and fanned on. Unfortunate from Callahan. And she had a golden opportunity to double the lead.
Well, had Callahan connected, I mean, she was right in the perfect spot, right in the slot there, and really unmarked.
Puck stays in momentarily. Gal through the neutral zone. An excellent back check from Levitt. And that puck hits a body near the benches as both teams were changing. And McKenna can't keep that puck in. Waterloo will turn the Gryphons back into their own zone. Here's McDonald. On the far side. And another arm up. And a stoppage and another power play upcoming. And it will be going against the Waterloo Warriors.
Sean Reagan really not happy with this parade to the penalty box, as you said earlier, Desmond, as we're going to have another look at the most recent penalty called, and Levitt really just gets into the hands of McRae there, and unfortunately that's going to be a penalty every single time.
So the Gryphons, good opportunity on the power play. Some of it's been 4-on-4 hockey, but this...
Some of it was 4-on-3 for about 11 seconds.
Yes. And that shot drifted through, is blocked in front, never got to the goaltender mark, but the Gryphons will hold the blue line. On the near side, Hurd receives it, goes cross ice. Sutherland Case will pick it off the boards. Back to the blue line. McDonald fires, and that got blocked in front. And cleared down.
Well, it was good communication we saw between James and McDonald, the two forwards on the PK. You saw James kind of pointing and directing, McDonald saying, I got it. So that communication is so key on a penalty kill.
Great. Tried to turn them back the other way. Parnell has it. Top of the zone, trying to take the outside lane and plays it back to the blue line. Coffey across, and Min couldn't handle the pass. Has it back now. Coffey. Back to Min, top of the zone. Second time bobbling the puck. Stays in though. And behind the net, McKenna. Going to center that puck. It'll come to Raitt for the Warriors. He'll split through two and send it down the ice and chase after it herself. Still going.
Oh, amazing hustle there on the PK coming from Raitt. Again, you can tell she just wants to get something going for her team here.
Here's McKenna. Trying to sift that through. It's blocked by Mitchell. And at the blue line, they just keep it in. The Gryphons with 20 seconds of power play time left to work with. Side of the net, loose puck. Parnell can't find it. It'll come back to the blue line. And Callahan can't hold it. Sent down the ice by the Warriors. That'll just about do it for the power play.
Yeah, Worth did a really good job cutting that off on the board side there and just making sure that she got it down the ice for a clear.
Trying to drag the lane, loose in front. They don't know where it is. Mark nearly put it in herself, but it stays out. What a chance.
Oh, wow.
To double the lead, that was insane.
Warriors extremely lucky on that one.
And now Waterloo. I don't even know if a lot of the people knew where that puck was even now.
I think a lot of people just assumed that Mark had it. She looked very comfortable with it, and then all of a sudden she didn't look comfortable with it. She looked nervy.
And then she nearly, that right leg nearly knocked it in, but a turnover, a chance to tie the game is sent over top of the net by LaSalle.
Oh, and you know that's one that she'll absolutely want back. That was a prime opportunity, just her and Fidel, and just put it right over the net.
But the Warriors trying to turn back the other way. Gao stops them in the neutral zone, and offside. The call is Calder was a step ahead of the play.
We're going to have another look at this here because you see the puck being dragged over. You see it sitting there in the 5-hole. Mark doesn't know where it is. Atchison sees it though, and she gets a little nervous. She goes right behind Mark, and Warriors able to clear it away from danger. Wow.
Nervy moments, and it's a game of inches.
That is a lucky, lucky break for the Warriors.
Not that scramble draw. McRae will send it in. As we hit the final minute of play in this first period. A fast-moving first 20 minutes. Aitchison caught up in behind the net. Loose puck in front. Hurd trying to bang that in. Now sent down the ice, ranging after it, Nikki McDonald. Wheeled in by Fidel, turned it over. Chance in front, and that's blocked. Tegan Gray getting in the way, or that was an open net for the Warriors.
Oh, a couple nervy moments on both ends here, and I think both teams have just got some lucky breaks.
McDonald trying to keep this puck in, maybe some last-second magic for the Warriors, but it's picked up by Hurd for the Guelph Gryphons, and lifted back inside the Griffin zone. Olivier. Last couple moments, gets away from Brody Levitt. And as the buzzer sounds, that was a promising looking rush for the Guelph Gryphons, and the Warriors happy to hear that buzzer as the Gryphons will head to the dressing room with a 1-0 lead. The goal courtesy of their captain, Catherine Hurd out of Arva, Ontario. Catherine Hurd, who scored the game-winning goal against the U Ottawa GGs to win the Macaw Cup back on March 14th.
You know, she comes up big in big moments, and this one being one of those moments to open up the scoring and give her team a 1-0 lead to head into this first intermission.
And stats pretty even after the first 20 minutes of play or so, and the Waterloo Warriors, they had their chances as well, and really caught a lucky break, as you said a couple of times, with that puck just sitting between the pads of Mark. But Catherine Hurd is a force to be reckoned with. And speaking of Catherine Hurd, we'll send it down now to Carissa Donkin with Catherine Hurd.
I'm here with University of Guelph captain Catherine Hurd. She scored this team's the first goal of the game here. We heard the place erupt, Catherine. Now, you know, Waterloo is obviously the home team, but you've got a lot of fans here. How does that crowd give you energy? How does it make you feel?
Yeah, I mean, just knowing we've got so many Gryphons behind us, and yeah, it helped us all season just bring that energy, and it just, yeah, it helps when people are believing in you.
I've seen a lot of this team this season, obviously in the playoffs as well. Tell me a little bit about this rivalry.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen them. I think this is the 7th time this year. Yeah, I think they're a really talented team. It can go either way. I think it just comes down to who works harder and who buries the puck.
You know, and as this team's captain, to be here at the national championship, what would it mean to you to win?
Yeah, I mean, it's everything to a hockey player to be here even. Just, yeah, this is, you know, they put on quite a tournament, and yeah, it's even awesome just to be here, but obviously winning is the goal, and it would be huge to win a national championship.
Does it, as you go out on the ice and you hear this crowd, what goes through your mind?
I think just gratitude, you know. Not everyone gets the opportunity to be here, and when we were growing up, there wasn't this opportunity for female hockey players, so yeah, gratitude.
Thank you, Catherine. Good luck in the second period.
That was Catherine Hurd with Carissa Donkin. A look at Hurd's opening goal, taking that puck around the world and sniping it top cheddar on Kara Mark to give the Guelph Gryphons a 1-0 lead, Brianna. And I mean, Catherine Hurd doing it all right now. What did you like from her in that first period?
Hey, she's leading by example, right? The captain of the team, she's leading the way, leading the charge, and no bigger way to do it, no better way to do it than taking the puck yourself around that side, being patient, and then finding that open shot, finding that open opportunity, and capitalizing it at the same time. And I think with that, we will head to break. You are watching U Sports on CBC.
Delaney, territoire du Nord-Ouest. Le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine. Parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Le sport en direct sur ici-tout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles. Des athlètes de grand talent. Des sports de haut niveau. Tout ça sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est simple et gratuit sur ici-tout.tv.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
Across Canada, it starts the same way. A love for the game that unites us all. From hometown rinks to the world stage, we rise together. Every stride, every save, every dream, shared by every girl who's ever picked up a stick.
It's her shot, rebound in front, she scores!
Because when one rises, we all rise. Rise as one.
At AMI Attachments, we say, it's not a job, it's a performance. That means the details matter to us. It means when we do the little things right, they add up. It's why product development never stops. This is our headquarters. It's home base for everything engineering and product design to automation, fabrication, assembly, and shipping.
Hey you sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC and our coverage of the 2026 Miller Way Systems U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. The score after 20 minutes of play, the Guelph Gryphons lead the Waterloo Warriors by a score of 1-0 thanks to a beautiful snipe from Captain Catherine Hurd. It's now time to learn a little bit more about and share the stories of the student athletes competing in this year's Women's Hockey Championship. We had a couple of those great pictures in our first broadcast and learned about some players who are woodland firefighters. And here is 2 minutes with Carly Orth of the Waterloo Warriors.
I'm Carly Orth. I'm a forward on the Waterloo Warriors, number 16. My journey with hockey began, I think I was like 3 years old. My dad and my brother played growing up, and I kind of just followed in their footsteps and started playing again when I was like 3. I started with boys hockey up until, I believe, grade 10, and then that's when I switched to girls hockey, and I played with the Toronto Leaside Junior Wildcats up until I came to college. The hockey team, obviously, always been a great program. The coaches really convinced me on that one, and I haven't turned back since, and I've loved it every step of the way. And also the schooling, the academics here are unbelievable. I took Rec and Sports Business as an undergrad, and now I'm in my master's. And yeah, it's just been a great time the whole time with hockey, and then also again, academics has just been outstanding. Well, they gave me another year of hockey, so that was a reason. And I always wanted to do a master's, and I want to go into sports business, hence my undergrad after I'm done hockey. And I feel like the world is just very digital right now, and having a master's in digital experience innovation would definitely benefit me when I'm looking for a job in the industry. Sports is a lot more than just the actual sport. I feel like you make so many different friendships outside of the rink. In the change room, like I am still friends with the girls that I played with years ago and also when I played with in high school. And I feel like that's a big part of it, is just, it's a one big family when you come into the rink. Obviously, I'm a very competitive person, so I do love the competitive side of actually playing the sport. But a big part of it is definitely just the family and the friendships that you make, and the relationships and the memories that happen along the way. Unreal. When we found out that we were hosting 2 years in a row, I can't even imagine the crowd that we're going to get this year. We got an outstanding crowd last year from our fans, either the Elmira community, friends, family, and also students of the Waterloo of the university. And I can't believe that we're able to host again. And the love and support that we get from this community is what brings such big smiles to our face when we walk into the rink. And I can't wait to do it again for them.
That was 2 minutes with Carly Orth, the OUA West first team All-Star, an exceptional season for her. 10 goals, 12 assists, 22 points. Stick around, the second period is coming up in just a couple moments here on CBC.
Partout au Canada, c'est une histoire qui se répète, née d'un amour pour un sport qui nous rassemble. Des patinoires du coin à la scène mondiale, nous avançons ensemble, avec chaque foulée, chaque arrêt et chaque rêve qui habite toute fille qui choisit le hockey. Parce que tous ces coups de patin nous propulsent. 1, 2, 3, Canada! Ensemble, vers l'avant.
Le sport en direct sur icitout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est icitout.tv.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
This isn't about just showing up. It's about what you're willing to give. It's about being a part of something bigger than yourself. The work that matters, it happens long before anyone's watching. But it's never done alone. And when it gets hard, this team's behind you. Because the biggest victories, they're the ones that we earn together.
That's embarrassing. You know it's not embarrassing? Using FIG for a home improvement loan. A quick, simple, and transparent offer in minutes. Borrow better with FIG.
At Miller Waste, we're proud to sponsor the 2026 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. There is lots of trash talk on the ice. At Miller Waste, we talk trash every day. We serve over 2 million Ontario households weekly, transforming more than 175,000 metric tons of recyclables and organic waste into reusable resources. Proudly Canadian, family owned, always driving hard to the net. Let's make a difference. Game on.
Sports on CBC, presented by l'U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, Fox 40, Veraburn Medical Supply, Les Bag Baron Rings, BioSteel, and by Miller Waste Systems.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC in the Dan Snyder Memorial Arena in Woolwich, Ontario. It's 1-0 for the Guelph Gryphons over the host Waterloo Warriors. CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada. Catch the best U Sports men's hockey teams as they face off in the 2026 U Sports University Cup, presented by Steel Mazda, live from Halifax. Watch on CBC Gen, cbcsports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube for the gold medal game Sunday, March 22nd at 12 p.m. Eastern on CBC Television. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made. And we'll take a look, Brianna, at some of the highlights from the opening 20 minutes of play.
Oh, and there's some good things there, especially this first one coming from Catherine Hurd as she takes it around the net and pops it top shelf to open up the scoring of this game. I just love the patience shown, not forcing anything, not forcing a pass, looking. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take my own shot, and look at that goal.
And how quick that pivot was
Oh,
from facing into the middle of the ice
beautiful.
and then right toward that top corner. And the stats after 20 minutes of play, of course, 1-0 for the Guelph Gryphons. Shots relatively even. Guelph leading in that category 8-7. Waterloo getting in the shooting lanes. Block shots 6-4. And a lot of penalties. 12 penalty minutes in 20 minutes of hockey, Brianna.
Oh, you know what? When you play hard, you get penalties.
I know, you love that type of game.
I love this because it means that they're involved. You know, it means that they're involved in the play and they want to win and they're hungry for it. And it's nice to see. Beautiful to see. We're going to take a look just at a couple of stops there. As Mark, you saw earlier in the game, a little bit of a nervy moment there, not understanding exactly where the puck was, that she had it in between her legs there, and her teammates helping her out a little bit. And that's what teammates are for, making sure that it got away from any sort of danger.
So in a couple moments, send it down to Carissa Duncan. She's got head coach Sean Reagan for a couple words.
I'm here with University of Waterloo head coach Sean Regan. Sean, first of all, it's very loud in here. What do you think of the crowd tonight?
Oh, the atmosphere in here is outstanding. Like it's been great. Guelph travels well, and we've got a good crowd too. So it's great to see.
You know, just quickly on that first period, obviously you go in, down a goal. What did you like about your team's game, and what would you like to change for the second?
Yeah, I like that we started to come back and play after we went down one. A little bit tough to get the flow going with all the penalties in the first period, but I thought both teams were a little nervous to start, and now that the nerves are out, I think you'll see a much better game.
And what kind of message did you deliver to your players at the intermission?
Just that, play loose, have fun out there, and stick to our systems, and get some offensive zone stuff going, for sure.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck in the third period.
Thank you.
All right, that was head coach Sean Reagan in his 15th season with the Waterloo Warriors. Loves the hometown crowd here 2 years in a row.
I mean, who wouldn't love that? Playing with home crowd behind you, the energy, everything. It makes a huge difference, and I like what he mentioned in terms of just go out and have fun, play loose. At the end of the day, this is an experience. It's nothing necessarily to be nervous about, and that's exactly what that first period of hockey was, most likely for both these teams, is just getting the jitters out and being able to play their game. And that's something that he really touched on as well, is just play your game, have fun, play loose, get in on the offensive zone, get something going. You know, very tough to have any sort of flow going on with the parade to the penalty box that we saw during that first period. Absolutely. And some players might not have had as much ice time, considering there were so many special team moments involved.
Yeah, it's hard to get into the flow when you're either playing, when you're playing with the special teams for the majority of the game. And why would the Waterloo Warriors be nervous? They won silver at this tournament last year. Dropped the final to the Bishop's Skaters, who didn't qualify this year out of the RSCQ. But they know what they're doing here, especially on this rink. And we're back underway in the second period of play. The Warriors looking for a tying goal. Big ricochet in front, and Calder going down.
Yeah, Rate absolutely decked Calder in the middle of the ice.
Sutherland Case, nice move to the inside, hitting the line with speed, trying to drag that to the middle. Ducio staying with her. Back to the blue line now, Min. Across the top. Shot drifting toward the net, marked down and able to keep the puck out. Bouncing at center ice, Coffey will regroup. I looked up Paul Coffey's ancestral tree. I don't know if there's any relation, as that was a penalty called in the neutral zone as Coffey was knocked down, negating that odd player rush the other way. So it's going to be a power play for the Guelph Gryphons as Sean Reagan's expression turns even more grim. As that was Orth in the neutral. Oh, I guess it's not. I guess it was offside.
I almost thought it was a penalty as well, but nope, offside.
Well, apologies there. A miscommunication. But we'll stay 5-on-5.
Bet head coach Sean Reagan's happy about that. Staying 5-on-5.
It's hard to tell. We haven't seen him smile yet. But not a lot of coaches do.
You know what? There's a lot of time, though, left in the game still, so we'll get a smile maybe.
Rung in below the goal line. Up on the near side, James. Trying to connect with Smith. Aitchison in there as well. And now the Gryphons back up through the neutral zone. In just onside. And behind the net, here's Dance. Dance still on it. Soft backhand toward the net. McKenna was there. Unable to get the rebound chance. McKenna knocked down to the ice by Mitchell. Aitchison in behind the net, all tied up by Olivier. Trying to get that puck out. Gryphons changing on the fly. And the Warriors will send it through the neutral zone. That backhand pass from James, not waited for McDonald, who has to fight for it here along the end boards.
Was the right idea to go and send McDonald just a little bit too far in front for her to catch up to for a clean opportunity.
5 players scrum along the boards, in behind the net. Will be picked up by Avery Robinson. And now back out, here's Callahan. 1-on-2, reinforcements arriving behind her. Floats the puck to the near side corner. Tegan Gray through the neutral zone. Coffey back into the neutral zone. That long lead pass doesn't hit anybody in white, and it's brought back in by Levitt. Levitt shoots, that's blocked in front, and the puck falls in front of the paint. And Maddie Min will come up with it. Caught up in front of the scorekeeper's area. And at center ice, going down was Coffey. Her second time in a couple of minutes. And Gray over the red line will dump this puck in for Waterloo. One-time Macaw Cup champions, won back in 2024. Here's Thornton. Through the neutral zone, picked back up by the Gryphons, but some ping pong possession going on here, Brianna.
Well, and I mean, that's going to happen though when you have two teams like this that are so evenly matched between the two of them, and you heard it from no pun intended, when she was talking about what it's going to take in this game to be successful, and it's really just what team wants it more and what team scores more at the end of the day, who's able to capitalize, but it's going to be who outworks who.
Sutherland Case trying to do just that on the near side boards, but Ashlyn Crowe staying right with her, not to be outworked.
Well, and Sutherland Case has been really all over the ice, up and down, and good puck possession here. She's just allowed to take the ice. Like, no one from the Waterloo Warriors is really going and challenging her all that much or putting the body on her. They're just trying to contain her to the outside, which you got to put a body on these players and separate them from the puck.
Sutherland Case 6 feet. She stands tall on the ice. Nobody on the Waterloo roster is listed above 5'9". And Caruso through the neutral zone. Smith trying to win that puck back for Waterloo and will dump it into the Guelph zone. Up by Robinson. Turned over. Chance for Tatum. James to walk in. James shoots. Puts it wide on the short side. Back in behind the net. James trying to poke at it. McDonald. And now at the blue line, Smith sent it toward the net. James all alone. Holds on to it. Tries to fire it on. Still loose. Fidel's down. And the puck in the corner.
James had a prime opportunity there getting in behind the Gryphons defense.
Great poke check from James in front. McDonald off the crossbar, and it stays out.
How did that not go in as the Warriors are still going?
And Mitchell another chance. That cross-ice feed goes awry. It'll be just kept in. What a diving play, but then the momentum carries the puck out for the Warriors.
McDonald with a beautiful chance, just a little bit too high, rung it off the bar, rung it off iron, was not able to put it just below to hit net, and Tatum James just before that, not able to elevate it that in close against Fidel.
And it was James that poked that puck free afterwards as well for that chance for McDonald. We remain in a 1-goal game as that puck is played the length of the ice for Gray. And icing the call.
A couple really good opportunities for the Warriors to tie this game up. And we're going to have another look at James right and tight. It's almost like she didn't know if she wanted to pass or shoot. And then there were about 3 additional opportunities that Fidel had to go and stop. And this most recent one coming from Nikki McDonald, just wrung it off iron. She had that top right corner all picked out. Fidel already down, just wasn't able to put it in the back of the net.
Still so much time to work with though, not even halfway gone through this hockey game. Delayed offside as the Warriors bring the puck in. Coffey off the stick of Gray. Getting in that passing lane. And at the blue line unable to be held onto by the Warriors. They'll have to re-enter the zone. One hopper onto Fidel. And Ducio plays that below the goal line. Ranging in after the puck is Hurst. Guelph player down on the far side of the ice. That's Houston. And Guelph will get the puck out. Nice pass up the near side boards. Pass into the middle. What a chance for Parnell. She put it wide. Had Mark down, but couldn't put it past the post. Another chance. Mark makes the save. Robbing Catherine Hurd on the doorstep.
Fans, U Sports wants to hear from you about your viewing experience. Visit usportsfans.ca or click the QR code on the screen to join our fan advisory panel. Tell us about yourself and help shape future U Sports Championship broadcasts by giving us your feedback for your chance to win U Sports prizes. Join the U Sports fan panel at usportsfans.ca.
What a chance that was for her to double down. Mark staying tall in the net. And the Gryphons back in possession in behind the net. Here is Hurd trying to play that puck in front. Past Calder. And to the blue line, doesn't get out. Sutherland Case spinning with the puck along the boards. Worked over by Aitchison. Big battle there in the corner. Coming in to try to help dislodge the puck is Williams. And now Erica Porter will skate it up ice. In over the blue line. Ray trying to curl with the puck. Orth, a chance. Backhand. Keeps. And she put it off the side as Fidel was down. And might have got that left pad there in front as well. And now the Gryphons will pull it back the other way. Oh, what a dash up the near side. But that backhand from McKenna. A couple feet wide.
Oh, and she absolutely had Porter beat, so it would have been a really good opportunity with the speed that she had accumulated to just be able to cut in and pull it over to a forehand, to have a shot on a forehand as opposed to just settling for a backhand that initially went wide regardless.
Now Orth in 1-on-2 will test the glove of Tina Fidel. She'll hold on for the faceoff.
just looking here at the opportunity by Orth picking up that loose puck, just not able to really get a great shot off, electing to just have a backhand well at the side. But again, it seems like Waterloo Warriors are really picking up a lot of momentum here, a lot of chances, playing loose, like head coach Reagan had said earlier, after getting out the jitters, and eventually you work hard enough, something will come of it, and that's what they're hoping for.
Sutherland Case will test from distance in a sharp angle. Kara Marquez, no issues with that. But for the Waterloo Warriors, only one medal ever at Nationals, and this their third ever appearance. So last year, as the host, was their second time ever clinching a Nationals berth. Last year were the OUA champions. Or pardon me, the year before that. In 2023-24, as that's brought in, Callahan looking for Sutherland Case. Parnell in on the forecheck as well. Coffey spilled to the ice for the third time this evening, but on the puck here below the goal line. Orth down to help out. Smith is knocked down. Oh, and another heavy collision on the far side of the ice. The whistle goes.
That is, I think that's going to be a penalty, 100%. That is going to be, that's Coffey heading to the box, as she absolutely took out McDonald on the boards there. We're going to see it goes up to McDonald. She pokes it forward, continues on her way, and it was the leaning in. It wasn't an angle, it was very much a body, and that's exactly why Coffey is headed to the box there. And Waterloo is back to the power play. Wow. This is one where you have to capitalize. You've had so many opportunities. You have to find a way to get the Gryphons out of position, get shots through, take away the eyes of Fidel, and pop one in the back of the net to tie up this game. This is your opportunity.
Third power play chance, and they have a chance on the side door that ruffles the netting as it goes wide. Back up top to the blue line. Ducio across. Hounded quickly is Orth. Excellent work on the PK, but Orth able to keep this play alive. Puck in front of the net is Stock, and at the blue line, puck poked out. 40 seconds gone in the power play.
Nice switch there coming from the Warriors for McDonald to pick up that puck.
And now speed on the far side as the Warriors break the puck in. Here's McDonald, spins that in front into a maze of Gryphons. One of them picks it up.
Well, and again, would have been really good for McDonald to just hang on to the puck, be a little bit more patient, because she would have seen that all four Gryphons PKers had collapsed to the front of the net. She had open teammates that were just a little bit higher.
Now that puck bouncing, and bouncing well for the Warriors. I think that's McDonald again. Brought down by two Gryphons. And the puck frozen by Fidel.
I think it's Raitt that's down on the ice there that had that last opportunity after that bouncing puck. It's Raitt that pokes it forward and gets hauled down, and I didn't see an arm go up, but I mean, I don't know how that's not a penalty, honestly.
Yeah, two players ending up on top of her, and I don't think she fell of her own accord. It looked like her legs were taken out from under her, but nonetheless, it will remain a 5-on-4 power play for the Waterloo Warriors. And Gracie Smith will dig in on the face-off against Parnell and wins it back cleanly. Aitchison at the blue line, plays to the far side. Smith walking in, shoots. That's stopped by Fidel. Back to Aitchison at the blue line. Across Smith, one-touch passing, and Raitt couldn't handle that as Min was disrupting that passing lane as well. Raitt. Back up top, Aitchison. Smith down low, sharp angle again off the side of the net. And that's picked up by Parnell and sent down the ice. 15 seconds remaining in this pivotal power play for Waterloo that seems to be ticking away.
Oh, that'll pretty much do it there for the power players. There's a great PK forecheck coming from the Gryphons, and that's not the first time that Aitchison has been caught in this situation behind the net, almost taking too much time, a little bit of a lack of urgency, as there's now another opportunity by a great forecheck by Olivier.
What a play by Olivier.
Wow.
And Sutherland Case buries Aitchison behind the net. They'll play on. Smith picks that puck up, tries to fire a home run pass right to a Gryphon. And Guelph right back in. Sharp angle toward the net, and the rebound will bounce to the near side. McDonald shoots, that's blocked in front by Aitchison. McDonald gets it back, tries to pick it short side, had some room as Mark was down. Played off the boards to the line, but not out, kept in momentarily, caught up in the snow beside the Gryphons bench. As players change, as the door conveniently right there, but whistle goes. 1-0 in a hotly contested game. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Beginning a program at university is an incredibly optimistic moment. Anything is possible. This is the time to enjoy learning, to enjoy figuring it all out, to learn things you never knew, and become someone you didn't think possible, beyond the expected, beyond your wildest dreams. Grow beyond.
At Miller Waste, we're proud to sponsor the 2026 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. There is lots of trash talk on the ice. At Miller Waste, we talk trash every day. We serve over 2 million Ontario households weekly, transforming more than 175,000 metric tons of recyclables and organic waste into reusable resources. Proudly Canadian, family owned, always driving hard to the net. Let's make a difference. Game on.
Well, we've seen the Warriors pushing to come back here. Someone who's had a number of great chances this period is Tatum James, and I spoke to Waterloo head coach Sean Regan about his team earlier this week. They're a veteran group that's learned a lot from 2 prior appearances in this tournament, and James is one of those players. She has a ton of skill, and Regan told me that she's one of those players who can score a big goal at the right time and get you out of your seat in the process. And of course, the Warriors are hoping that she can do just that as they look to even up this game. Back to you, Desmond and Brianna.
Well, thanks very much, Carissa. Tatum James, OUA West second team All-Star this season, 13 goals, 8 assists for 21 points. The Warriors would love if she could get one here to knot the game up at 1. But for now, the Guelph Gryphons in control, up 1-0. Under 7 minutes to go in the second period. And the Gryphons looking for more here in the attacking zone, and another whistle goes. And hand pass the call. So Tatum James, second team All-Star, joining Katina Ducio as an OUA West first team All-Star, and Carly Orth, an OUA West first team All-Star as well, and Brooke Williams of the Waterloo Warriors, OUA West All-Rookie. Off the neutral zone face-off. Controlled by the Warriors and sent in past Min. Coffey. And behind her own net, but unable to connect with another Gryphon, but they'll get the puck back. Nice move by Parnell to get around Hurst. In over the line are the Gryphons. Parnell trying to tie that puck up.
It was a good defensive play coming from Porter as she came over to close down on Parnell there, and Warriors are able to make it out of their zone.
Banked off the boards by Hurst. Looking for Thornton in on the forecheck. Hurst will follow as well. And now a chance for Callahan to fire that on, and another saved by Mark where she doesn't know where the puck was. She does keep it out, and Min fires it on, testing Mark again. And luckily for the Warriors, that puck will come all the way back inside the Gryphon zone. Nice pass by Martina Fidel, but Sutherland Case couldn't bring it in with momentum. And now does around 2 on the puck. Spinning in the corner, away from Smith, brought down, tries to play the slot. And James panicking a bit, sends it into the neutral zone. Here's Bestick. Nice pass to Smith. And over to James on the near flank. Tatum James plays that puck in front, looking for Smith in the blue paint and couldn't connect. There's the puck. Floats back out to Mitchell.
Good edge work there shown by Aitchison, as well as the patience, not just throwing it away.
So now a puck turned over, and the Gryphons in on the attack again. Hurd dumps that puck in behind the net. Aitchison, hard battle on the far side boards against Katie Dance. Robinson trying to fish that puck out in the attacking zone for the Gryphons at the blue line. That shot from Dance, that goes wide. Robinson picks it up, trying to work around Mitchell. Played in front, and Mark, eyes on that puck, will scoop it up and get a face-off. Shots now 16-15 in favor of the Guelph Gryphons. It's been a very even game all round, but some of the better offensive chances going to the Guelph Gryphons. And
Mark's had to be pretty sharp. I mean, other than the goal that opened up the scoring, the only goal that we've seen so far in this game, she's had to make some very good stops. That one included, as she basically does the splits and then gets the glove out to make sure that there's no rebound. And we'll have a face-off to the left of her. But whether it's a pad save, whether it's coming out well outside her crease, just to really be able to cut down on the angles, like, she's been quite good positionally.
Off the face-off, controlled back by the Guelph Gryphons. Min across, and that's turned over. Oh, what a play by Coffey to keep that puck in, or it would have been an odd player break the other way.
That would have been a solid opportunity for the Warriors. For Coffey, I don't know if it was luck or skill or yoga or a little bit of all three, but was able to just keep that in.
And now the Warriors back into the attacking zone. Orth looking to play the blue line. I sounded like you and the dog there. At the blue line, Rate chips that into space and will catch up to it. Tries to slap that on. In behind the net. The Gryphons pick it up. And escape their zone calmly. Now 3-on-2 back the other way. Callahan on the near side. Sends that puck wide. Calder out of the corner looking in front for Callahan, but a stick in the lane. And the Warriors will bring it back the other way. Here's Rate on her backhand. Aaron Stick in behind the goal of Martina Fidel. Murray couldn't win that puck battle. Sent all the way down the ice, ranging after the puck are the Warriors. Here's Hurst in her own zone, supported by Porter. And McDonald now along the boards. Porter. And Tegan Gray will send that puck the length of the ice, and that's an icing call against the Warriors.
CBC Sports is the home of university sports in Canada. Catch the best U Sports women's hockey teams all weekend at the 2026 Miller Waste Systems U Sports Women's Hockey Championship, live from Elmira, Ontario on CBC Gem, CBCSports.ca, and CBC Sports YouTube. The gold medal game will be broadcast on CBC television on Sunday, March 22nd at 3 p.m. Eastern. U Sports on CBC, where champions are made.
Warriors won the draw, but the Gryphons control in the attacking zone. Here's Hurd on the puck. Sends it softly toward the net. Big rebound in front, and it's picked up by the Warriors and skated out by Gray. Gray in behind the net. There with LaSalle. And nervous moments at the blue line from Mitchell, and the puck is turned over. Calder in behind the net. Smith trying to get the puck out. And Mitchell, work to do in behind her goal, reverses with McKenna breathing down her neck.
That's a smart time to use a reversal, because recognizing that you have that backhand pressure.
A nice pass to the far side. That shot right on is swallowed up by Fidel. Got her right in the logo.
And again, a lot of chances that we've seen coming from the Warriors. A lot of those shots are from the outside. This one included, you could see from the far right-hand side of Nikki McDonald there, streaking down on the right side. On her strong side, that's great and all. You got great speed, and it's always good to put pucks on net. But if you're looking to score from that side, it's not going to happen most likely. And second of all, if you're looking to send someone for a rebound, a teammate that's streaking towards the net, you got to put it far pad, which didn't happen either. So you either have to be strategic with where you're placing that shot, or you hang on to it a little bit. You have the control, you have the speed, you have the experience. You take the scenic route, and then you wait for reinforcements to find a better option.
And it was great by Pizzuti as well to force her to the outside to take that outside angle shot. As the Warriors controlling the attacking zone off that second face-off. That shot nearly tipped by James, but off the blocker of Fidel. Up the near side. Here come the Gryphons again. Rate. Dance into the zone. Min, puck poked past her, and James trying to take the middle of the ice. There's a lot of players to beat. Flipped it over to McDonald, couldn't do much with the pass. And Smith on the back check, can't get it past. Here's Min. In behind the net. Circling, plays it to the far side. Pass in front. Looking for Hurd on the doorstep, couldn't connect. And now a pass down the length of the ice to beat out icing. The Warriors are in, and that shot by Tia LaSalle is again swallowed up by Fidel, as it was quite in close for LaSalle.
It was a smart play, though, coming from James, recognizing that she had LaSalle that was streaking, and she knows the wheels that LaSalle has, was able to beat out that icing just a little bit too in tight to really do much of anything with it.
Williams pinning McDonald to the boards. McRae in trying to fish that puck out for the Guelph Gryphons. Calder spinning away with it, nearly gives it away through the middle of the ice, but will be controlled by the Warriors in their own zone. Orth swatting at the puck. Can't get it out, but a hand pass will halt play again with 2.3 seconds left to go in this second period. Shots 19-17 for the Waterloo Warriors.
Well, this period, really a lot of back and forth action between the two. The long change into effect. I really found, though, that Waterloo had, I'd say, more quality chances almost, but there were a couple nervy moments with Mark between the pipes, just not maybe recognizing where the puck was.
Kara Mark, the fourth-year 5'11" goaltender out of New Hamburg, Ontario, doing what she can, even though there have been a couple interesting rebounds to keep it a one-goal game, and just the one penalty as well in that second period of play, as we had 4 in the first 20 minutes.
Oh, definitely a lot more flow to that second period. You can see players like a Tatum James, like a Nikki McDonald from Waterloo, just having a little bit more of those opportunities to play in the offensive zone off that flow.
So we'll send it down now to Carissa Duncan, who's interviewing a player from Waterloo.
Okay. Yeah, you're good. What's your name? I'm here with Tia LaSalle of the Waterloo Warriors. Obviously, physical game that you've had here. You've seen this team a lot. What is the rivalry like with Guelph? Tell us a little bit about what it means to you and why they're such a hard team to play.
I mean, yeah, this team obviously is a great team to play against. Obviously, losing against them first round playoffs, we took that super hard. But these past 3 weeks, we were kind of expecting to be in this position, so we're ready. I mean, a little shaky start, but the crowd's going wild, and I think it's really helping us. But I think we just stick to our game, then we'll be fine.
You know, just about that crowd, what went through your mind when you skated out there and you heard that noise?
Honestly, like nothing I've ever experienced. It's definitely special, and all week we're like, just take it in, be present, and I honestly didn't really understand it until I stepped foot on the ice, and it's truly something special, and we wouldn't be able to do it without them, so it's great.
If you could pinpoint one key that your team needs as you're going into the third period to come back into this game, what would it be?
Sorry, could you repeat that? I couldn't hear the start of you.
If you could pinpoint one key thing that your team needs to do going into the third period to get back into this game, what would it be?
Honestly, I think just shoot the puck, because I don't think we test this goalie out enough, and we have a really good freaking team, and I think, one, that's all we're going to need, and then it'll get us going for more.
Thank you so much. Good luck in the third period.
Thank you.
That was Carissa Duncan with Tia Lascelles of the Waterloo Warriors. Played for Adrian College in the NCAA 3rd Division from 2022 to 2025. And your thoughts on her thoughts after 40 minutes of play, Brianna?
Oh, I mean, I agree with what she said. I mean, it was a bit of a shaky start for her team, and, you know, having the crowd behind you as well kind of feeds into that energy. It almost makes you a little bit more nervous because you have friends there, you have family there, and you want to perform well. You're hungry, you're competitive, you're wanting to win. And again, having that cool and really special experience. And the key, shoot the puck, yes, but shoot the puck from good quality scoring chances. That's what I would add to that.
We'll see if they can make those adjustments coming into the third period. We'll step aside. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Delaney, Northwest Territories, the birthplace of hockey. Here, you'll find a community full of history and tradition. A community that Quaker surprised by transforming their arena kitchen into a Quaker breakfast bar. Stocked with our Canadian whole grain oats, it's now a place to gather, to eat, and to celebrate. We're proud to feed the passion for hockey in the place where it all started. Because we believe, no matter where you're from, you've got this.
Across Canada, it starts the same way. A love for the game that unites us all. From hometown rinks to the world stage, we rise together. Every stride, every save, every dream, shared by every girl who's ever picked up a stick.
It's her shot, rebound in front, she scores!
Because when one rises, we all rise. Rise as one.
Feel every hit, goal, and celebration as if you're standing right on the sideline, immersing you in the game like never before, bringing heart-pounding action directly to millions of fans. We deliver unparalleled simplicity and tailor-made digital broadcasting solutions crafted to make you feel every moment in a way like never before. Our passionate team ensures your message reaches audiences reliably every time. Proudly Canadian, we bring a touch of innovation and our passion to the world stage. ISI Live, be there.
I have a degree in meteorology. I am a licensed electrician.
I went to veterinary school.
Life might not care who you are, but we do. Grads and professionals can save more. Just one of many ways TD Insurance helps you save. It's how we're making insurance more human.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
At Miller Waste, we're proud to sponsor the 2026 U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. There is lots of trash talk on the ice. At Miller Waste, we talk trash every day. We serve over 2 million Ontario households weekly. transforming more than 175,000 metric tons of recyclables and organic waste into reusable resources. Proudly Canadian, family owned, always driving hard to the net. Let's make a difference. Game on.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC and our coverage of the 2026 Miller Waste Systems U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. The score after 40 minutes of play, 1-0. The Guelph Gryphons lead over the host team, Waterloo Warriors, thanks to a beautiful snipe from Catherine Hurd, a point-per-game producer in the playoffs. Had 3 goals, 3 assists in the OUA playoffs. The Macaw Cup winning goal against Uottawa, and we're going to learn a little bit more about her now as a 2-minute segment will explore in about Catherine Hurd's life and her interests.
I'm Catherine Hurd. I'm number 29 on the Guelph Gryphons, and I'm a forward. I started playing hockey when I was like 3 or 4 years old. I played for the Ilderton Jets. It's a little town outside of London. And I grew up playing there, and then I switched to girls hockey in London. I played for the London Devilettes for a number of years, and then I had a season with the Chatham Outlaws, and then I played my junior career in Blue Water. I did a couple tours there, and just right from the beginning, it felt like home. It's a small campus, but just like, such a good community. They had just won nationals the year that I committed, so that was definitely a big factor. Just the atmosphere felt like home. My experience has been amazing. I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm in my 5th year, so this is kind of my final few days and weeks with the team. But yeah, it's just been such a fun experience, and I've made so many amazing friends. Coming to nationals in my 5th year is definitely the exact way you want to end your career. We won OUAs last week, which was a huge accomplishment as well, but would just love to top it off with maybe a medal here at U Sports. So that's the goal for sure. I think I've changed a lot since first year. I think that's what university is for, is just developing as a person. I think I've definitely matured, and I think that I've definitely stepped into a role as a leader and just trying to help the team in the best way I can. And I'm going from a role where I was maybe playing 50% of the games in my first year, and I was a healthy scratch lots in my first and second year, to being one of the captains in my final year. So it's been a lot of growth. I think just the belief that I have in this group, and just we've been through so much together, and we're super resilient, and we've put in all the work. So just how proud I am of this group, and I believe we can win a national championship.
That was 2 minutes with Catherine Hurd, and there's Deja Houston of the Guelph Gryphons, Michelle Gow, and a couple other Guelph Gryphons getting ready for the 3rd period of play. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Partout au Canada, c'est une histoire qui se répète, née d'un amour pour un sport qui nous rassemble. Des patinoires du coin à la scène mondiale, nous avançons ensemble, avec chaque foulée, chaque arrêt et chaque rêve qui habite toute fille qui choisit le hockey. Parce que tous ces coups de patin nous propulsent. 1, 2, 3, Canada! Ensemble, vers l'avant.
Delaney, territoire du Nord-Ouest, le berceau du hockey. On y trouve une communauté riche en histoire et en tradition que Quaker voulait surprendre avec une toute nouvelle cantine déjeuner Quaker dans son aréna. En plus d'offrir notre avoine canadienne à grains entiers, la cantine est maintenant l'endroit pour se rassembler, manger et célébrer. Nous sommes fiers d'alimenter la passion du hockey dans son village d'origine, parce que peu importe d'où tu viens, t'es capable.
Le sport en direct sur icitout.tv. 100% énergie. 100% gratuit. Votre meilleur plan de match pour voir des performances exceptionnelles sur l'appareil de votre choix. C'est ici tout.tv.
Beginning a program at university is an incredibly optimistic moment. Anything is possible. This is the time to enjoy learning, to enjoy figuring it all out, to learn things you never knew, and become someone you didn't think possible, beyond the expected, beyond your wildest dreams. Grow beyond.
That's embarrassing. You know it's not embarrassing? Using FIG for a home improvement loan. A quick, simple, and transparent offer in minutes. Borrow better with FIG.
Hey you sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
It's not just about the victory. It's about the moments leading up to it. BioSteel, the fuel behind every victory.
Thirsty? With 5 essential electrolytes and 0 sugar, BioSteel is the game changer you've been looking for. All of the good stuff with no extras and no gimmicks, just clean, healthy hydration. Trusted by pro athletes since 2009. Steel sharpens steel.
U Sports on CBC, presented by l'U-Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada, Nike, Fox 40, Theraburn Medical Supply, Les Bag Baron Rings, BioSteel, and by Miller Waste Systems.
Welcome back to U Sports on CBC and our coverage of the 2026 Miller Waste Systems U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. After 40 minutes of play, the Guelph Gryphons lead the Waterloo Warriors by a score of 1-0 thanks to a beautiful snipe from Catherine Hurd. And here are some of the highlights from the opening 2 periods.
Both teams really having good opportunities on each other, and the goaltenders, for the most part, really staying strong between the pipes. Like we mentioned, Guelph has opened the scoring with a beautiful goal from Catherine Hurd, but still, Mark has been busy in her crease. Fidel has also made some good quality stops. I'd say Waterloo Warriors making maybe a little bit easier on her from the external shots that they're taking. See what they can do in the third.
Stats after 2 periods of play. Shots relatively even. Guelph 19, Waterloo 18. As LaSalle was saying, you know, we need to get more shots on net. 18 through 40 minutes isn't so bad, but those perimeter shots you were talking about, Brianna.
Exactly, yeah. And so when she had said it, I liked what she said because she's not wrong, but it's more the sense that her team took a lot of shots. It's more the quality of shots that they're taking. And so there is always that old adage of, hey, you know, throw it on net, see what happens, but they have to get more quality opportunities, and that's what we'll hopefully see in the third period. And here we are ringside with Carissa, with Katie Mora.
I'm here with the University of Guelph's head coach, Katie Mora. You've got a 1-goal lead in what has been a pretty physical back and forth game. How have you dealt with all the penalties called in this game?
Yeah, I think we just got to focus on the next shift, right, and try to keep that mentality. And we knew it was going to be a lot of back and forth, so we just got to continue to focus on the next shift.
We did see Waterloo pushing, obviously, in the last period. What does your team need to do to hold on to that lead?
Yeah, I think we just need to continue to move our feet, right? We expect them to push, and we just have to make sure that we're ready for it and hopefully continue to push back a little.
And everybody around, hopefully at home can hear the crowd here. You've got a lot of fans here, even though this isn't your home rink. What's it like to play in front of them?
I think anytime we can play in front of this type of crowd and the exposure for the student athletes is unbelievable, and what an opportunity.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck in the third period.
Thank you.
That was Carissa Duncan with head coach of the Guelph Gryphons, Katie Moore, in her third season as head coach. She's also coached internationally for Team Canada at the 2023 FISU Games, where Canada won the gold medal. Also the 2023-24 OUA Coach of the Year. So a lot of accolades for Katie Moore, as there seems to be an issue in the crease of Martina Fidel, who's just got back from the Olympics in Milan Cortina. Martina Fidel played a couple of games for Team Italy at the 2026 Olympics. Didn't play a lot of games through the regular season for the Guelph Gryphons, but played the OUA semifinal and final, and came in of relief of Sophie Helfenstein in Game 2 versus Waterloo, that 6-0 blowout that seemed to really tilt that series, but the Gryphons, in very dramatic fashion in the third game against the Waterloo Warriors in triple overtime, were able to get the job done to advance to the semifinals. And we're back underway in the third period of play. Only one goal separates these two teams, as the Warriors are a shot away, and hopefully not a perimeter shot away, from tying it. At center ice. The Warriors back in. Here's Orth, poke checked at the top of the offensive zone, and sent back in by Crows. Fidel. And at center, Orth will survey her options and play it into the middle for a streaking Ducio, but puck knocked off her stick. Nice move to break the puck in. Here come the Gryphons. Here's Knuff, and that shot goes wide on the backhand. Smith will bank that off the boards and right to McRae, who sends that in, and Tatum James is pickpocketed. Here's Knuff again with McRae in the middle. He's lifted softly on Mark. Smith stepping up on her. And that shot, the right pad of Karamark. And Smith again under heavy pressure. Nice pressure from Tegan McRae, as Ducio plays it up the boards for James. The Warriors should get the puck out here, but again, James and Smith, their signals crossed, and the Guelph Gryphons will bring the puck right back in. Aitchison on the far side. And now the Warriors a chance. Odd players. Aitchison in the middle, and she whipped on the shot as it came through her feet. What a chance for the captain to tie the game.
Oh, it was a great job by Aitchison, stepping up into the play, opening up for that pass to receive and get that one-timer off on a great pass from Tia LaSalle, but just not able to get full whack on it, which was Aitchison.
On it now. Here's Andrea Murray off the boards, trying to get that puck in deeper. Gray will chase. But the Gryphons able to get the puck out to center ice. And the Warriors right back in. A shot toward the net from Murray is fought off by Fidel.
It was a nice cross pad type of shot, again recognizing Murray that she had a couple of teammates heading towards the net and being more strategic with the shot that she was taking.
The puck will be just poked out by McRae, and a chance in front again, and then that shot is knocked off the stick of Jessica Teskey. Held at the blue line by Coffey. And a chance for Parnell in front. Backhand toward the crease, lying there, and Mark knocks it away, back up top to the blue line. Min, good pressure from Levitt. In behind the net. Teskey waiting for the pass. Aitchison unable to handle that puck in behind the net. A chance for Parnell. Heavy collisions as that puck is centered in front, and it will be taken away by LaSalle. Right back in are the Gryphons. Here's Teske. Plays into the slot. A chance for Min to shoot, and it's up into the shoulder of Karamark, who's able to hold on to it.
Well, and I think that's exactly what Waterloo needed right now, is just a bit of a break in the flow as Guelph had really come out with a lot of opportunities. One of opportunities coming from Waterloo Warriors, though, you just saw Aitchison not able to get full whack on that pass received from LaSalle, is a little bit more towards her back foot than maybe Aitchison would have liked as a one-timer, so was not able to get a good shot off on that one.
Clean one off the draw for the Guelph Gryphons. It'll ricochet off the boards. McRae puts it toward the net, and that's stopped by Mark. Held in at the blue line again. The Gryphons continue to put on the pressure. And it's poked past Sutherland Case and down the ice. That'll go for an icing call against the Waterloo Warriors, who are a tired group out there right now, Brianna.
It's a tired group. It's also been I don't think it's been the start that the Warriors would have wanted coming out of the second intermission for the third period. For the first couple of periods, it seemed like they had good speed to them, good jump on the puck, everything, and it was kind of starting to tilt a little bit in their favor with all the opportunities they were having. But with the opening of this period, the Guelph Gryphons really have come out flying, exactly like head coach Katie Mora had mentioned, to keep their feet moving. That's what they're doing as it's turned over in the slot.
As the OUA champs, they know how to defend a lead. As that sent down the ice again, but luckily for the Warriors, right on Fidel, and Gryphons won't be able to get a change in here as it was dumped in from well inside the Warriors' defensive zone. But the Warriors will get an offensive zone face-off.
Well, I think the best way to go about defending a lead is always to just not change your game. It's to keep going, not take your foot off the gas pedal, keep your feet moving, keep hunting that next goal, and it seems like that's what the Gryphons are doing right now. They are not allowing many opportunities for Guelph to be playing in their zone.
Caruso hits the deck, and surging in after the puck here is Porter. McDonald plays it back to Porter along the boards, pinching at the top of the zone as James keeps it in momentarily. Puck comes to Caruso, and it's banked out. Here's Knuff, a chance toward the goal. Knuff fires off the top of the jersey of Karamark. Smith on it. As the puck laid there for a couple of moments and plays that long pass through the neutral zone, tipped on the way through, so no icing. And Tatum James leaves a Guelph Gryphon in her dust as that's sent down the ice, and icing waved off again as the Waterloo Warriors will pick the puck up. Here's LaSalle in over the blue line. LaSalle drops it. Aitchison in the slot, shoots. That was blocked. Great work from Deja Houston to get herself in the lane. Now it's center. Teske knocked down to the ice. That will draw a whistle. Pardon me, that was Olivier. Alexi Olivier.
Yeah, you're seeing LaSalle going in there against Olivier. Took a bit of an awkward tumble in. I'd say that's all numbers as a hit, but we're not going to see a penalty on that one, which it's a bit surprising, honestly. But it also could be that the officials are saying they're both going for the puck. It was unintentional. We're not in their heads, we don't know, but a little bit surprised that was not a call, considering it was all numbers. But just happy to see that Olivier was okay and doesn't seem any worse for wear.
Crows, good edges, gets out of her own zone. And now the Warriors in on the attack. Orth trying to drag that through, had nowhere to go.
I think she tried to go over, actually.
Orth, 5'10".
So she could have.
She could have.
Yeah, hurdled.
Williams looking to play that puck in front. 5 goals, 5 assists for her in the regular season. And now Calder brings the puck in, chops it to Hurd, tries to leave that for Calder, and that was knocked away. Raked will bank it off the boards and picks it up herself. It wasn't what she tried to do, but it worked out. Raitt fires a shot, and that chips into the near corner. Still on the puck. Doing a lot of work is Kiara Raitt right now, the 5'9" senior out of Ancaster, Ontario. James brings the puck in. Good stick by Sutherland Case to knock that away. And now up the near side. Hurd, a chance. Leaves it. Knuff fires. Glove save from Mark.
The world is coming to London, Ontario this summer. Don't miss the 2026 FISU World University Rowing Championships from August 13th to 15th in partnership with Western University, Rowing Canada, and Tourism London. For more information, visit rowing2026.fisu.ca.
What a chance that was for the Gryphons to double their lead, but Mark gets that glove down and scoops it up.
Well, and again, she's been solid really throughout the game. Other than the goal that was in, which was a very, very good shot by Hurd, she's been steady. More than steady, actually. She just needs some help from her team. She maybe needs them to net a goal or two, but she's been doing her job for the most part.
The Waterloo Warriors in the regular season scoring one more goal than the Guelph Gryphons, 73-72. They can put it in the back of the net. As these two teams split the season series through the regular season. And now McKenna will jump on this loose puck one-on-one. McKenna converged on and had no white jerseys around her to support. And she was dumped in the far corner as well.
Well, but that's where the Waterloo Warriors have to recognize that it was just McKenna and there are 5 of themselves. They have to be more aggressive in being able to recover that puck.
Callahan plays that below the goal line. Centered in front by Olivier. McRae holds the line. Sent back in by Callahan, in behind the net. And below the goal line, Olivier on her backhand. Crisscrossing and has it below the goal line. Olivier trying to center that puck in front. Crows got in the way and will take over for Waterloo. Banks it off the boards, but not out. McRae fans on the dump in, and now it's a 2-on-1, but Thornton couldn't hold on to the puck. And now in below the goal line, here's Teskey. Up the far boards, and a nice bank pass out to Gow. Gow with Teskey joining. Shot fought off by Mark. Oh, and Parnell just lays out her own teammate in Teskey. Unintentional friendly fire there. Oh, player down for the Guelph Gryphons, leading to a 1-on-2 back the other way. The Waterloo Warriors in front for Williams, and she couldn't pull the trigger. Another chance to tie the game. Set wide. Fidel gets back. The puck bouncing around. Whistle goes. Puck was loose, and still down on the ice is that Guelph Gryphons player.
It looked like Deja Houston, but I can't see the number, but I think it's her. I think it was just a collision that happened there.
I saw it happen in real time, and unless it was a split-second flying elbow that I didn't see, it looked very unintentional. But Deja Houston down for that entire length of time that the Waterloo Warriors had that odd player rush the other way, and that's just awful to see. And Deja Houston top of the screen. Inadvertent collision.
Yeah, Houston was almost backing up and circling, and then Raitt was coming down and circling the other way, and they just clipped each other.
Yeah, and that's never something that you want to see. That's awful. That just blindside hit that you can never see coming.
Nope, and so Houston will take her time getting up, making sure that everything is okay. And
yeah, in her second year, the arts major out of Burlington, Ontario. Had 11 points in the regular season. 9 goals, 2 assists. And only 2 goals in her first season, so a huge breakout season in her second year for the Guelph Gryphons. And you hope that after an assessment,
you have her teammate there, Michelle Gow, just helping her to get off the ice, along with a couple athletic therapists there to support.
And it was Deja Houston we saw vibing on the bench during the second intermission with her teammate and friend Michelle Gao, getting prepped for this third period, and it's never something that you can prepare for, just a blindside inadvertent check as two players are skating in opposite directions, not looking at each other.
Well, you can see head coach for the Guelph Gryphons, Katie Moore, having a conversation with the officials and almost motioning that she didn't like that there was a slight tilt of the elbow from Rate coming by. Didn't like that there was no call on the play as Deja Houston is going to head to the dressing room. Just hope that everything is okay with her. As we're going to take a look at that last opportunity for the Waterloo Warriors, just unable to connect with Williams was Rate, as that would have been a wide open net opportunity. And they've had a few of those this game, just not able to connect. They're wide open, backdoor plays, not able to connect.
And I think that's Williams 2 times on the back door. And the Warriors back in right toward the net. Tried to get her skates toward the puck, and that went below the goal line.
Well, and I find Rate, honestly, has just been all over the ice, all around the net, almost as if she's due one, and that was a very awkward. She tried to get up, went back down, tried to get up, went back down. It was Rate, and good job by Waterloo being able to keep it in as the play is whistled down, but I could have sworn that stayed in, so.
Nonetheless, the faceoff will come into the neutral zone. Just 10 minutes to go in this third period. Still time for the Warriors, and look at that last chance.
And again, it's none other than Rate that's right in front of that net there for the opportunity, trying to do whatever she can to put it in the back of the net. And it was McRae who was right by her, did a good job tying up the stick.
Kira Rate, her final year, 5'9" out of Ancaster, Ontario. Her highest scoring season yet at 11 goals, 5 assists for 16 points in her 111 regular season game career with the Waterloo Warriors. Has scored 72 points in the regular season, all told, in her career in Waterloo. And her skills have really been on display here this evening.
You can see McDonald directing traffic off the draw, was going to go to Porter, but wasn't able to win it as cleanly as she would have liked back.
Now in behind the net is McDonald. Collides with McRae.
It's almost like a reverse hit there.
And now Porter will find us in the neutral zone. Plays it to an open side. And Aitchison will pick it up. Watched closely by Dance. And sent back into the Guelph zone. McDonald. Here's Dance. Up the near side boards, connecting with Gao, trying to skip past Porter. And Porter was having none of that.
No, Porter did a really good job too as a defense, allowing some extra time for her defensive partner Aitchison by getting in the way of Gao without actually interfering enough to take a penalty. So that's something that you're taught as a D. Very, very good way to give your partner extra time.
Waterloo Warriors playing catch in their own zone, but they're unable to get out with any sort of breakout, as the Guelph Gryphons have them pinned in their own zone right now.
Oh, and you can hear the crowd absolutely irate that there was no call for holding or hooking of some sort on Aitchison, but we will have a penalty coming up against Waterloo.
Unless the Guelph Gryphons on this delayed call can find the back of the net, it'll be another penalty against Sean Reagan's Waterloo Warriors.
Oh, and it's going to be Tatum James heading to the box for a second penalty of the game, and you can hear the crowd just not happy with that one at all as she collides with, I believe that's McKenna there from the Gryphons. But nonetheless, it will be the Waterloo Warriors down, and with that we'll see how they can kill off this penalty. You're watching U Sports on CBC.
Sports fans, check out shop.usports.ca for this week's promotional item from the Nike Team Collection. Visitez le shop.usport.ca pour en profiter de la promotion de la semaine de la collection Nike Team.
Well, you can probably hear at home just how loud it is here in the rink. This is, of course, Waterloo's home rink, but I can tell you there are just as many fans from Guelph here, and they are very loud. So the official attendance that we have for tonight, 1,120 people here. And let me tell you, it certainly sounds like it. This is an electric atmosphere between two teams that have seen a lot of each other this season, and only one goal separating the two of them so far. Back to you, Desmond and Brianna.
Thanks very much, and the Guelph Gryphons back on the power play, trying to extend their lead, add some cushion as they've been nursing a one-goal lead throughout the majority of the game. Wright tries to drag that back, and they're going off the back leg of the defender. Callahan plays that puck across. Sutherland Case spinning back, looking to the blue line. Wright couldn't win that puck back. Heard a lot of space, fires. Blocker saved by Mark. Picked up on the near side boards. Hurd on the near side, just kept in by McDonald at the blue line. Played across, Sutherland Case whips it on, and the rebound dropped, but Mark makes the save. And it's cleared off the glass and nearly kept in by McDonald. Swatting at it is Wright. And the puck's right back in for the Gryphons. Under a minute to go in the power plays. That shot is whistled wide on the glove side of Mark Parnell. On the near side boards, back to the blue line for Min. And that pass behind the intended target, but possession is retained. Min with Coffey on her left. Elects to go down low. Back to Coffey. Coffey on her backhand, making some room for herself. That shot fired in, fought off. Knuff is there, can't get the rebound, and it'll just squeak it out over the blue line. 14 minutes gone in the period.
Waterloo has an extremely tired group out there, having been only able to change one of their 4 PKers so far, because Guelph has just done a phenomenal job with the push here on the power play.
Coffey to the near side, back from Parnell. Coffey shoots, looking for a tip. That goes wide. Another successful penalty kill for the Waterloo Warriors, as they're back to 5-on-5 hockey and will now really have to push. McDonald in on the forecheck, unable to win that puck back. And Min calmly plays that through the neutral zone. Parnell on the far side with Gow in the middle. Gow looks like she got a stick up in the face. No arm up. And no whistle. McDonald bowled over on the near side. No arm up, no whistle. Callahan on the far side. Tangled up along the boards. In to fish it out is James toward the net. James shooting. And that goes wide. Not a lot of power on the shot. Off the boards, Gow dangerously toward her net. And Aitchison will find it at center. Hangs the puck around the boards. Here's McCrae.
Oh, collision there.
Fire again. It's the second time the Guelph Gryphons have knocked over one of their own players. They're a fast-moving group out there. Kroos and on the attack. Near side for Orth. Gow can't fish that away from her. Orth down to a knee. Gets it right back though, has the puck on her stick, sends it toward Fidel. And she'll pounce on that puck and allow no rebound.
Maud Orth absolutely didn't get really much of a shot off on that attempt. It was almost like a soft kind of layout towards the front of the net, but good little bit of pressure coming from this line as they came off the bench. Other than that though, it's a lot of dumping, not a lot of chasing necessarily, and with just over 5 minutes left to go in the third period, you're still down by 1 goal. You have to be a little bit more aggressive on the puck. You have to be a little bit more hungry for it.
As that shot ruffles the outside netting from Kroos as they control off this face-off. They're unable to maintain possession, and the Gryphons will skate it out to center. Turned right back, And looking to poke that forward was LaSalle, but unable to maintain possession of the puck. Right into the neutral zone. Caitlin Dance. Smith. Valuable seconds ticking off the clock here for the Waterloo Warriors. And Calder will bank that puck in.
Well, this is where Calder did a really good job making sure that she was close enough there in case the puck squeaked out, and that's exactly what happened, why she was able to get into the Warriors' zone.
Aitchison with a burst of speed on the near side will stop up, send it toward the net. And a diving Warrior in front, looked like she was upended. Puck will be kept in momentarily and sent out. Here come the Gryphons back the other way. Caitlin McKenna with Coffey in the middle. McKenna shakes off a check, but Aitchison will leave that off for Smith. And the Warriors escape that, and will bring it back up the other way. Here's McDonald for the Warriors. In with speed on her backhand, tries to lift that toward the net. A couple feet wide. As that puck is sent out. And the Warriors appealing that that puck was sent straight out. And the officials will confer.
That's going to be a really interesting call here. That's a game changer for either team, depending on what the actual official call is. Everyone looking very nervy. We're going to see if it hit anything or if it had any.
It's hard to tell from that angle, but it looks like it. Well, this will give us a better angle. That is straight out.
I think that's straight out. Yeah, Tatum James was right behind and trying to back check there and get something on it, but you know what? Lucky for her that she didn't, I suppose. That it did go right out.
And there are still 5 Guelph Gryphons on the ice right now. And if that isn't called, because that was Michelle Gao sending that puck straight out. Okay, so a player leaves. It's going to be a power play for the Waterloo Warriors with 3:33 left to go.
If you're the Warriors, you couldn't ask for anything better at this point.
And James wins the face-off back. Here's Dicio at the blue line. Back to Orth. Orth waiting, plays that down low. James centers it in front. LaSalle. Crunch to the boards, but gets back up. Dicio. Plays that across. McDonald down low. LaSalle in front. Looking to connect in the dead slot. The puck will be kept in momentarily. Protected on the near side boards by James, and Orth centers that puck in front. Still loose in the blue paint, and the Warriors come away. Orth turns and fires. That was blocked by McRae. Kept in at the blue line by Dicio, but then cleared out again. And this time, the Gryphons will make it count.
Oh, it was a good job, though, by Dicio on the blue line there. First getting over to the far right side to keep it in as it was about to go out, and then the next time with her body making sure it stayed in. Great job there.
Coffey jumps onto this loose and errant pass, but can't clear the zone as Orth keeps the play alive. Back from James. Orth fires in and out of the glove of Fidel, and James has it behind the net, trying to center that puck in front. And LaSalle is there. James behind the goal line trying to fish it out, and she will. James loses the puck in her skates momentarily, plays it to the blue line, and that'll force everybody out as Aitchison was cheating to the middle.
Oh, and that's unfortunate for the Warriors there. There's a lot of good offensive push that they were having, some good opportunities right in front as Aitchison takes it down herself.
Aitchison, what a zone entrance for the Waterloo Warriors captain as the puck is being sat on right now and finally fished out. Here's Williams with Smith on the near side. Smith shoots, bobble puck high in the air, loose in front, played with a high stick though. And the whistle will go. And the faceoff will come out of the attacking zone for the Warriors with 11 seconds remaining in the power play.
Some good excitement there, some good opportunities for the Warriors, but again, this has been the theme for them throughout this whole game, is that they've had opportunities and they just haven't been able to put it in the back of the net. You see Smith with a great shot, Fidel not able to control the rebound, goes up high, Warriors hit it, and then Warriors hit it again on the way down, which brings it outside.
And the Waterloo Warriors call their timeout with a minute 44 left to go in the period. 11 seconds on the power play. You think that if they get the face-off win, regardless if they get the zone entrance, that Mark's going to the bench?
I think you have to. I mean, it's 1:44 left. There's no better time to do it. You have to. And we're going to see the lone goal that separates these two teams right now from Catherine Hurd early in that first period. Seems like so long ago now, but just great patience shown as she took the scenic route and then popped it in that top corner above Mark. And this is the difference maker. Waterloo having had so many opportunities throughout this whole game to tie it up and just have not been able to either connect on a back door or be able to beat Fidel clean.
Williams has had chances, Aitchison has had chances, Wright has had a plethora of chances and has been an incredible player all game long for the Warriors. And they get the draw win in the neutral zone, and they get the puck into the attacking zone right away. McDonald off the boards, gets it to Orth. Power play's over, we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Up top to the blue line, Orth, one-time shot is wide and will carry him around the boards to the near side. Great. Trying to get through a maze of bodies. As Mark is on the bench, 6-on-5 for the Warriors in the dying moments of this quarterfinal. Calder trying to seal it, sends it past the post. Still life for the Warriors, only momentarily. Sutherland Case has it on the far side. A swarm of black and gold surround her, and the Warriors one last dash up the ice. Smith dumps the puck in below the goal line, and Fidel will reel that in, and a huge face-off upcoming.
I mean, Warriors, I think, are pretty happy with the fact that Fidel froze. It gives them an opportunity in the offensive zone, off the draw, gets it up, try to get something going right off the face-off. There's more than enough time to do so, but this face-off is absolutely critical.
To the left of Fidel, and it's won back cleanly by the Warriors. Aitchison tried to fire that through. It'll come back to Smith. Aitchison at the blue line, winds up and fires that hit a maze of bodies in front. Coming back to the near side, Orth shoots, and that goes wide again as Wright picks it up through the legs of the defender. Top of the zone, that shot is blocked. It'll be kept in though, if only momentarily. What chances, and McKenna will ice it. Hits the middle of the net after those scrambles at the top of the crease. And the Gryphons take a 2-0 lead with 16 seconds to go.
Oh, wow. And that is a tough one for the Warriors, as they had put so much pressure, shot after shot, and you didn't see it in that replay, but it was a phenomenal initial block on about the third shot by Aitchison that set up that opportunity for the open net that McKenna ended up putting in the back of the net. And again, you see some head pats and everything on the bench of the Guelph Gryphons, as I believe it was Teskey with that huge block. And so she was getting some well-deserved pats from her teammates, McKenna included.
Caitlin McKenna, 3 points in the playoffs at goals against Waterloo and Ontario Tech. Played for U of T for 4 seasons, 2021 to 2025, now in her 5th year of eligibility. And boy, are the Guelph Gryphons happy to have her right now.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? Good players come up big in big moments, and that was a big moment there for Teskey.
And perhaps the last face-off of the game, but possession here won't matter as it's poked out by the Gryphons. Net is still empty. If they want to add a third one, they can't do it as it's poked past by Sutherland Case. That's all right. She's got 13 goals on the season, had 2 in the playoffs. She doesn't need another one. And the Guelph Gryphons stun the hometown crowd and the host Waterloo Warriors. A 2-0 shutout for Martina Fidel as the Gryphons will advance to the semifinals.
Well, I mean, you knew that this was going to be a close game. You knew that it was going to be chances exchanged back and forth. And it really came back to what Catherine Hurd had said when we heard from her in that first intermission is going to be about who wants it more, who the harder working team is, and who ends up capitalizing on their opportunities. And the Guelph Gryphons capitalized on an opportunity that they had, and they were able to hold on for that lead. In contrast, the Waterloo Warriors had tons and tons of opportunities, backdoor plays, 2-on-1s, crossbar here, crossbar there, and just it was not bouncing their way. It's almost like they couldn't buy a goal, and Fidel had made some very key stops when she was called upon as well.
The Guelph Gryphons will now advance to the semifinals and a chance to play for gold. And their 7th time qualifying for the national championships, have only won 1 medal. It's basically all or nothing for the Guelph Gryphons in their history here at nationals. Won gold in 2018-2019, which was also the year that they last won the Macaw Cup, Brianna. So we'll see if history can perhaps repeat itself here in Waterloo. And for the Waterloo Warriors, not the outing that they were looking for, going back-to-back as hosts, finished as the silver medalists last year, but will be forced to play for 5th as we'll take a look at some of the highlights from Martina Fidel's 26 shutout victory here tonight.
Some shots she was able to see clean. Other chances, they were a little bit more nervy as she had to come out to the top of her blue paint and really make herself as big as possible to close the door. Some were a little bit more contested. Again, just staying strong throughout the entire game to earn this shutout of hers.
And playing like an Olympian, Brianna.
Absolutely.
The Team Italy
Please
Olympic
back
goaltender,
Jeff Azalin, president
as
of
now
Blade
will await
Tech Hockey.
The Nike Player of the Game presentations.
La joueuse du match, Nike, the Nike Team Player of the Game from the Waterloo Warriors. Défenseur, défense, number 42, Lindsay Atchison.
So Lindsay Atchison, the captain for the Waterloo Warriors, the Nike Player of the Game. Sadly for her, on the losing side of the contest this evening at a Summerland, BC. 2 assists in the OUA playoffs and a smile on her face, but you know that this isn't the side of the outcome that she wanted out of tonight's game against an inter-conference rival. And now for the Guelph Gryphons.
Attack count, number 29, Catherine Hurd.
Well, who else, Brianna, with the lone goal in this contest, but around the play at every point of the game. Catherine Hurd, the captain of the Guelph Gryphons out of Arva, Ontario. Like I said a couple minutes ago, a point-per-game producer in these playoffs in the OUA and including here at the U-Sport Championship.
And that's a huge goal there for her team to help them proceed with the tournament. And again, you know, being in your last season of eligibility, it makes that goal and that moment to being named player of the game that much more special. And well-deserved too, not just the goal, but really just an all-around strong game that we saw from Catherine Hurd here this evening.
Catherine Hurd, team scoring leader, OUA West MVP, first team All-Star, and the Guelph Gryphons, we mentioned they won gold in 2018-19. Sadly, the next 2 national championships were canceled due to COVID-19. Who knows what that squad could have accomplished in those 2 years after winning the Macaw Cup and winning nationals. But here in 2026, this Guelph Gryphons squad will have a chance to try to avenge that squad, and we'll send it down now to Carissa Duncan, who has Catherine Hurd standing by, the Nike Player of the Game.
Well, I'm here with Catherine Hurd, the captain of the Guelph Gryphons. You scored the game-winning goal tonight in front of a very large, very loud crowd. Lots of Guelph fans here. How does it feel, Catherine?
Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, we set our hearts out to do something and we go and do it. There's no better feeling.
Now you're headed to the semifinals. What lessons are you going to take from this game? Obviously a close one.
I think just to stick to our game plan. You know, we haven't seen our opponent. I think it's Concordia, and we haven't seen them yet. So obviously we got to prepare, but I think just sticking to our game and, yeah, being the hardest team, the hardest working team.
You know, and there was a lot of momentum kind of going back and forth in this game. How did your team sort of weather the emotional ups and downs?
Honestly, I think a couple bounces went our way, and that's just how hockey goes sometimes. And yeah, just cheering every little thing, and yeah, just working super hard.
So last one for you. Any message for this loud crowd that came out to support you tonight?
Better see you here Saturday. Let's go Gryphons.
Thank you, Catherine. Best of luck in the semifinals.
That was Krista Duncan with Catherine Hurd of the Guelph Gryphons, the Nike player of the game, as the Guelph Gryphons will move on to take on the Concordia Stingers, who had a big win today over the Manitoba Bisons as well. So those two teams will meet on Saturday, and that will round out these two quarterfinal matchups for day one of the U Sports Women's Hockey Championship. A 1-0 win for the Guelph Gryphons over the Waterloo Warriors. The OUA is a strong presence in nationals this year, but join us for our next broadcast tomorrow, featuring the Montreal Carabins and the UBC Thunderboards in quarterfinal number 3 of this production at 3 p.m. So on behalf of everybody here at U Sports, Brianna Newell, Carissa Duncan, everybody here in Elmira, Ontario, my name is Desmond Thomas. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
U Sports on CBC, presented by Sport à Radio-Canada, une présentation du gouvernement du Canada, the Government of Canada. Nike, Fox 40, Veraburn Medical Supply, Les Bag Baron Rings, BioSteel, and by Miller Waste Systems.